Melbourne is an ideally located place to establish carbon market services. We've got lots of existing service providers, over 130 are listed in the Carbon Services Directory that the state government's put together.
I think Melbourne's an exciting space at the moment in the carbon sector because we've got this base of expertise in CDM. What we found in Melbourne is a great pool of people who've often worked overseas and have that CDM expertise, but also want to be here and want to be here for a number of years. It means that there's this block of knowledge that we can tap into.
There are a lot of advantages to setting up a business in Melbourne. One of those is the educational outcomes from the academic institutions in Melbourne. We've found to be very strong. Also the multicultural element of the graduates that come out of the universities here. So particularly for us, being based predominantly in Asia, we're able to find people who have degrees from academic institutions in Melbourne that not only speak the language that is required in China, but also have the cultural and business understandings of what's going on there.
We're headquartered in Melbourne, and I think when we looked at doing projects all across the world, what we decided was that we needed a core team of experts. The best place to have them was in Melbourne. It's a doorstep to Asia. It means that you can use those skills, easily access the Asian market, and also access the African and the Latin American market as well.
It's a developed economy in the Asia Pacific region in terms of proximity, in terms of time zone, in terms of geographic proximity, mixed with access to capital because of the superannuation legislation and the high savings rate. There's a lot of legal financial services in this part of the world, and there's a lot of growth in the market. So we can see an enormous amount of opportunity for Climate Bridge based out of the Melbourne office.
There's a range of other companies in this space. Sometimes we collaborate with them, sometimes we compete with them, but what it means is that there's just this high level of knowledge and expertise in the area that we can tap into.
A lot of the businesses that are going to be having a carbon price imposed on them are based out of Melbourne. They have their head offices in Melbourne, so it just helps to have the service providers in the same location as where those liable parties will be.
Melbourne, I think, is ideal for the carbon services sector because it's the combination that Melbourne has of the skill base and its proximity to Asia. I think as those two things culminate, Melbourne will become a great hub for this sector.